not the start that Sri Lanka would have wanted, not the start that you would have wanted to see in the Asia Cup if you were expecting big hitting and lots of sixes. Just the two in an innings that eventually ended at 105 after a final wicket partnership of 30 to ensure that Sri Lanka ended up with a three-figure score. Otherwise, they never really seemed to recover once they lost 2 wickets in their opening over and were 3 down at the end of 2. So there's plenty of incident though in that innings that we will look back upon on ESPN Cricket for T20 Timeout in the company of Gaurav Sundararaman in studio with me, and in just a moment with Farveez, Maharoof and Wasim Jaffer joining us via link. Now, before I get to a reaction from Farveez on that innings, we are all way off on our predictions, but could you explain from what we've seen first 20 overs of the Asia Cup why batting seems so hard there? It's just on terms of numbers and whatever else.
I think the first 6 overs were crucial, and I think Farooqi bowled really well. A couple of really good balls to get early wickets, and once you've lost 3 wickets for 5 runs, which is Sri Lanka's lowest score for losing 3 wickets, then it becomes very hard to kind of play aggressively. And they did try with Rajapaksa. He did a good job bringing them back to a certain level of parity, but then again they lost their way to some quality bowling. I don't think it has anything to do with the pitch.
Okay.
I believe that it's early breakthroughs kind of cost Sri Lanka a lot of issues.
All right, let's go to Farveez, Maharoof first up. Farveez, your reaction on what clearly does feel like a disappointing first innings?
Indeed, I think full credit should go to Fazalok Farooqi the way he started. One post stroke by Kusal Mendis was too full to be playing that stroke, and what Charith Asalanka got was absolute peach. Apart from that, I don't think any of the batters did have a plan apart from Gunatilaka and Rajapaksa. I thought they did the rebuilding innings. Gunatilaka played a good shot, middle of the bat, but unfortunately that's sort of a day for Sri Lanka. Found the lone field at sweeper cover. So it's just a start-stop inning for them, and credit should go to the Afghanistan bowling attack, the way they've bowled, as well as the captaincy by Mohammad Nabi.
Okay, Wasim, if you could pick off on Farveez's point, he says lack of a batting plan. What sort of plan would you have liked to see from Sri Lanka? What did they get wrong early on, and why couldn't they come back or arrest that fall through the innings?
Well, I think first of all, you need to give credit to how Fazalok Farooqi bowled. I mean, how he set it up in the first over, taking those 2 balls away and then bringing that ball. You need to have a lot of confidence doing that with the new ball, and it's so accurate. I was surprised, like Farveez has said, that short selection of Kusal Mendis on the fourth delivery. I think Asalanka got a very good delivery. I think probably the wicket of Rajapaksa not known to be in the wicket, so that wicket probably had caused it. He batted. He got out in the third.
Sorry, Wasim, I think I'm struggling to hear you. Let's hope I get your audio and video sorted in a second. I'll just probably ask you to jump off and jump on again. While I take that point to Farveez, it looks like everyone's is all praise for Fazalok Farooqi. Remember that fantasy video we did yesterday? We didn't have a seamer in that 11. And Farveez, Maharoof said, put Fazalok Farooqi in that team as a player to watch out for. You've seen a bit of him. We've all seen a bit of him. But is that the best you've seen him bowl? And what stood out for you, Farveez, from the way Farooqi took the new ball?
I think I saw the best in him during the Bangladesh-Afghanistan series in January in Bangladesh, where I was commentating. And the way he bowled to the left-hander as well as right-handers, he was magnificent. That's where I saw him first, and I was very impressed. He swung the ball with pace, continued to do so. And the way he set up Kusal Mendis, going away a couple of deliveries, and the wicket-taking ball coming in, and also with Charith Asalanka, the first ball he got, it seemed a mile, actually. So full credit should go to Fazalok Farooqi, the way he started and set the Afghanistan bowling in that first power play.
Wasim, I think you're back with us now. From what Farveez said, anything you could have done when Farooqi was bowling those deliveries? Are those multiple unplayable balls that he's bowled? So you should just give him credit, no criticism of the batting?
No, I think that short selection probably, Raunak, of Kusal Mendis, is debatable. I think Asalanka couldn't have done anything, just coming in, getting that first delivery like that, he couldn't have done anything better. But Kusal Mendis, definitely, when you're playing first over of the tournament, I think you just needed to take a little bit more time because he swings the ball both ways. Other than that, I thought Rajapaksha's wicket was a game changer. He got out in the 13th over. Had he batted right through the innings, I think he could have given Sri Lanka a respectable total, considering how Chamika Karunaratne batted, with the other guys. But a lot of, very soft dismissals. So, the Sri Lankan batters will blame themselves. I don't think there was any demons in the pitch. In fact, Nabi actually made a mistake by bowling Umar Zai in that sixth over. Had Fazalak Farooqi bowled that over, uh, those 20 runs wouldn't have gone. So considering that, Sri Lanka will blame themselves to the approach that they've got in this inning.
Okay, very interesting that. Now, GS, you did say one thing about Sri Lanka is there's a predictability about them. I don't know if it surprised us that Kushal Mendis opened. Farveez said those were always the indications when you look at the numbers. But they sent Asalanka at 3, which meant Gunatilaka was going to bat 4, Rajapaksa batted 5, Hasaranga 6. Was it just, did any of that was that likely to succeed ever?
I did 3 left-handers back-to-back, so for starters, so I wouldn't want that. I would like to, and Gunatilaka and Nissanka have been opening all these days, so they are a good opening pair. You could have continued trying that; it always helps. And Nissanka got a bad decision, I feel.
Yeah,
I felt that
let's
was,
get into that.
I felt that was not out. He's one of the guys who is pretty reliable. He goes on to bat through the innings. We saw that in the World Cup as well, and against Australia on a couple of occasions. So I think that was a big blow for them. Even at 5 for 2, they could have actually done a little bit better, but that was very unfortunate. I really thought that was not out.
All right, let's go for that straight away. Let's put, we've heard what JS has to say. Let's put Farveez and Wasim in the TV umpire's chair as well. We saw what Sri Lanka made of it with Shanaka and Chris Silverwood's reactions. Farveez, for you first up, was Pathum Nissanka unlucky to be given out?
Yeah, definitely unlucky. I thought it was a bad decision, and right throughout the mark was showing him consistently, as the commentators mentioned as well. So I thought that's not only the reason Sri Lanka, scored the runs they did, but I thought being the third umpire, he should have got it right.
Wasim?
Yeah, I think he was unlucky there. I think just because the umpire gave out, I think the decision stayed. Had he given not out, I think it would have been straight not out, because there was no considerable spike you could see. So I think he was unfortunate.
Yeah, so it looks like the consensus on the panel is there was enough there to suggest that that should have been a decision overturned, even though the on-field decision was out. So umpire Madan Gopal's debut TV umpiring appearance in the Asia Cup does not go to perfection. Now we're all painting this picture of doom and gloom. Is that really the case? 105. Can 105 be defended? We saw a stat a little while back saying Sri Lanka have never defended a score this low. But
it's going to take a special bowling performance because slightly one decent partnership is good enough for such scores. So if they get a good flying start, then they can easily pace the innings. So it's going to be very hard in my opinion. 2
young seamers, but there are 2 slips for Hazratullah Zazai. So Shanaka is attacking. For what it's worth, spin seemed to play a big part for Farveez in their innings with Mujib, Nabi, Rashid, 12 overs and 40 in a span of 12 overs there. So do Sri Lanka have a fighting chance? Does this mean that Hasaranga has to bowl a lot earlier than you would have otherwise imagined?
I think so, definitely. I think it's going to be Dilshan Madhusankar with Mahesh Deekshana to open the bowling and get Manindo Hasaranga to bowl to the in the power play as well as to the top order as much as possible. I mean, only way Sri Lanka is going to win this by taking 10 wickets. So I think the best bowler should bowl their court before the game ends, if Afghanistan scores the runs down.
Okay, Wasim, are we expecting anything out of the ordinary to happen? 105 to be defended, or are you expecting Afghanistan to chase this?
I think you will expect any team to chase that easily. It's Afghanistan, to make a mess of it. Other than that, they've got a very young bowling attack as well, very inexperienced bowling attack, Sri Lanka. So you would back any day Afghanistan to chase this down.
Yes.
This is a very short tournament, so the net could play a really big role. So if they are in the vicinity, I think they should try to close it fast because you won't get such opportunities. Just 3 games. They can even afford to maybe lose if they have a really good net for the next game. So.
Yeah, could see teams, could see a 3-way tie at the end of the group stage. So Afghanistan will figure that. But who knows, if they go too hard, maybe it'll give us a game. Nobody's come close to their first innings predictions, but it does seem like there's a good chance that everybody will get their final prediction right, which is Afghanistan to chase this down. We'll pick up the chat with Wasim, Jaffer, Farveez, Maharoof and Gaurav Sundararaman on ESPN Cricket for T20 time on at the completion of the first Asia Cup game of 2022. Join us there.